How's it going?
It's going.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. Dose number 1.
You got your first vaccine shot.
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
I was nervous about it, you know.
I'm super nervous.
But I waited my 15 minutes and nothing really happened. So you took me home, and then like it burned going in, of course, because it's got like, you know, potassium and stuff in it.
Yeah.
But even throughout the day, I just had a sore arm. Like I ran into a door frame or something,
Right.
you know, it's just like, oh, my arm is bruised.
You bonked it.
Yeah. And then I had like, I felt warm and I had a little bit of a headache, but I think the headache was stress, like a stress headache from just like being worried about it.
Yeah, not related to the actual shot.
Yeah. And so I stress cleaned, and the boys and you were taking care of me and stuff. But today my arm's fine. It's like I did a really good workout on my arm. Like I did arm day really good a couple days ago. That's how my arm feels now. It's like not like it doesn't even register on the pain scale for me.
Right.
And I still feel a little warm all day, but other than that, I don't feel anything. So
you don't have a fever.
No, I don't have a fever.
Are warmer than you should be.
Yeah, but I think that's a good. I'm taking it as a good sign. I'm hydrating.
Right.
I'm eating my fruits and veggies, getting lots of love, and then being built different. I guess.
Yes, you are. You're built different for sure.
I got the virus juice, and I'm good.
And then you're gonna get the second shot in 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, in a couple weeks. Yeah, which if I was scared the other day, I'm even doubly more so scared for the second one, because the second one they say is a little bit worse, because now your body has identified a foreign contaminant, and it's going to really fight hard against it, which
kicks into gear.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is a fever is that a flu symptom as well?
Yeah. Can be, but because
she was saying that you could have like flu-like symptoms.
Yeah, because your body raises its temperature because some things can't, stand the heat, right? So that raises your temperature, and it like
step one,
makes mucus, and that's why you get a congested nose and all that, and then you feel just fatigue and terrible. But thankfully, I haven't felt any of that this round, so I'm hoping the next round is equally as.
Everything I've heard about the 2 shots is that the first shot is, maybe some pain in the arm, little like minor stuff, pain or whatever. Yeah. But then the second shot gives you more like flu-like symptoms or exhaustion or whatever. Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten a shot yet. I'm scared because of the hospital stay. I have some anxiety around like the shot in some way, sending me back to the hospital.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But COVID could do the same thing, right? Like I'm not anti-vax. I just have some extra anxiety about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've been, putting it off because I don't go around people at all, right? Mm-hmm. Like the only time we're even near people is on grocery day, and that's minimal.
I'm really close to being done with that now too. Like we went the other day, and it was like more people.
Yeah, we went to the store to get some stuff.
Are not wearing masks at all
on a Sunday morning. And first of all, where we live, 24% of the population is fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
24%.
Well,
that's not much. And 99% of the people we saw at the store had no masks on.
Just about.
So someone doesn't know math somewhere.
And, it doesn't feel very fair for those of us who have really been trying really hard to follow rules and the guidelines, and here's how you keep us safe. And now they've just said, okay, cool, go do whatever you want. Some of us like the rules the way they were. Also,
a lot of it for us was just about caring about other people's well-being and trying to keep people safe. And, here in the South, it was a real big mistake for the CDC or the White House to say, hey, if you're fully vaccinated, no masks, because one, there's no way to know for sure.
It just rewards their bad behavior this whole year and couple of months.
Yeah. I get that everybody is very anxious to get back to normal, but what is normal? Normal is never going to be what it was before COVID, right? Even if COVID is completely wiped off the planet,
which it won't be.
There's still going to be a giant mental health issue. Mm-hmm. There's still going to be this whole eye-opening thing of, oh, we can't do that because it's too hard. And then, oh, as soon as it helps them, you know,
then they start
then,
like,
oh yeah, we can do remote. That's not a problem, but we can still do our work remote. But as soon as COVID is starting to dissipate, or we get a vaccine, they're like, oh, we can't do remote anymore. It's just too hard. Come on. You've pulled back the curtain, corporate America and the government. We know better now, right? And it's just going to be hard to go back to the status quo of what it was before. I was telling you this the other day. I think there's an underestimated mental health crisis from the last 5 years, at least in the United States. You know, for a lot of people, the 4 years that the orange guy was in office was just trauma after trauma.
Yep.
And then we go straight into COVID to cap that all off. And we've all been alone and, you know, sequestered into our homes and terrified of catching a deadly cold, as like the Trump supporters would like to call it. It's just horrible. I'm not ready to go back to the office.
Nope.
You know, I'm not ready to go grocery shopping without a mask.
Nope. And I won't either.
I may never again not wear a mask.
I've already, that's what I've already decided.
Yeah.
And no kind of, you know, it does affect me when people are walking around with no mask and then they look at me like I'm an idiot. When I've been following the rule, I just feel like there's a whole attitude about certain things where if you don't like go with the flow and with the other fish in the stream and you go the other way and you're like doing it for personal reasons or for your family or whatever, and I follow the rules, it feels like I'm being punished, which is not very fair. But I still can't get it out of my head the way this whole entire family walked right in front of me at the Target, which used to be my happy place, PS, by the way. And a whole entire family walked in front of me acting like they were the king and queen.
Yeah.
And she looked at me like I was a complete fool. Yeah. Like I had a big old bullseye on my forehead for what? Why do that to people?
You know,
I
that
don't
whole
understand.
family wasn't fully vaccinated either because some of the children wouldn't even be eligible for that.
I just don't understand the whole mentality of it, and it does affect me. It does like anger me.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's the whole shopping cart dilemma, right? Would you put a shopping cart back?
Oh yeah, that's a like a social experiment.
Yeah,
is people who don't put their shopping carts back in the trolley thing at the grocery store or take them inside. You know, they're a-holes.
I always go a step further and I rearrange the whole cart system there because they, you know, people just, and I'm like, nope, I know somebody's going to have to come out and get these and it's going to be a big mess for them. So I'll just straighten it up in the 3 seconds it takes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm no better than anyone else. I'm not claiming that I'm better than they were, but I just don't get the mentality of making someone else feel uncomfortable because you feel like the queen.
Well,
I don't get that. I don't do that to people. Yeah. I try not to do that to people. I don't owe people anything. They don't owe me anything. But at the same time, just don't look at me and smirk at me.
They owe you the respect of leaving you the fuck alone. They don't know you.
I just don't understand. And I you know, May is Mental Health Month, and I just keep replaying it over and over in my head. Yeah. And for people like me who already don't feel good enough or don't fit in to other people's, like the way that other people act and feel, that hurts me. And I don't know what it is. I don't want to walk through life being that lady, but I also don't want to walk through life feeling like I do. Yeah. There's got to be a better way to treat people. Yeah. There's got to be. Yeah. I may not say hi to people in my neighborhood, but this is exactly why I don't, because I've been treated like this too many times around here. Yeah. Just because I'm wearing a mask. It's awful.
It's such a weird thing to get pissy about, by the way. All right.
Anyways.
Down with the bummers, up with the... No.
Anyways, do you have anything to review or to update?
To update? Yeah, I was assigned a new direct report at work, and we had our first meeting today. And
that's good.
I was worried. I was a little worried, it's whenever you're taking over for somebody for the first time and, a change is made that they didn't really have a ton of say or choice in. In this case, it turns out to be all right. The person is interested in the work.
They were hopeful.
Yeah, they were hopeful to be able to be moved over. And, the conversation went really well. And I think I surprised them with my questions and like my attitude and general approach to managing and concerns. And so I think it's going to be all right. And we set up a cadence and
Awesome.
I'm pretty happy about it. Yeah.
Awesome. That's
Pretty
great.
stoked about it. I just want to help folks as much as I can, like be a supportive manager. I've been saying, I don't know if I have the analogy 100% perfect yet, but when you imagine a corporate ladder, right? And you imagine the hierarchy there, right? So a manager would be above their direct reports on the ladder, right? Well, in my mind, I am holding that ladder for them, not climbing above them.
Yeah, which is not the norm.
Unfortunately, no. But, I'm down there stabilizing the ladder and saying, yeah, you get as high as you can get up there. I'll be here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's kind of like the same feeling you have as a teacher, right? Like, you want your students to surpass you.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel about being a parent. I want them to be better than me. I'm all for them, like being more educated or being smarter. And hey, come and teach me something that I don't know about.
Yeah.
It's not always like, you have to pick your moment, obviously. But when I'm feeling crappy, I don't want them to go, no, I don't want that.
Well, actually, yeah.
But, if you pick your moment right, I'm glad that they're smarter than me and happier than me. And like all those things, I want them to succeed. I want them to be better than I was and am.
Yeah. I think I feel very strongly about wanting people who report to me to surpass me in the industry and become better than I ever became, right? Yeah. And if I can have any part in helping accommodate and encourage that, then I'm definitely all in on that, Yeah. It feels like the right choice to make. I also sometimes think I would have probably made a pretty good teacher.
I think so too. You taught me how to use a power drill.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think
you've taught me to use a lot of tools.
I guess I have. I think I'm at that level of intelligence where not only can I learn something and then kind of absorb it and remember it,
which is not fair.
But then I can break it down simply enough that when explaining it to somebody else, it doesn't feel like a bunch of jargon and going over their head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, I just like improving others and helping others to improve. So I think that's the core conceit of teaching, right? Like of being a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least the good ones. All right. Are you ready for the quote of the week?
Oh yeah. We should just get right into it because going by the last episode.
Also, our producer.
These recaps are long.
Our producer has asked us to be more structured so that the editing process can be cleaner and more efficient.
Well, we're going to work on that in season 3. We're going to work on having a better structure and we're going to work on the way that we record the podcast so that it can be easier to string things together or maybe insert jingles.
And hopefully our audience will grow and we'll get real commercials and cool stuff.
Season 3 brings new mascot faces and perhaps t-shirts.
Oh, wink, wink.
Honk, honk. Oh, honk.
I don't. Are you a goose? Winking. You were doing you're honking like a goose.
I was winking at you and going honk, honk.
All right, quote of the week.
Yes, quote of the week.
All right. So our quote this week comes from Frank Miller.
Frank Miller of comic fame?
Yes.
Awesome.
Comic book writer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 300. Yeah. Very good Sin City stuff. Oh, you know what I should do? I'm going to put this on my wish list because I know you like me to have more stuff on my wish list. Sin City comics.
Okay.
I'd like to own some of those.
Quote
it.
In a way, Sin City's designed to be placed somewhere between American comic book and Japanese manga. Working in black and white, I realized that the eye is less patient and you have to make your point and sometimes repeat it. Slowing things down is harder in black and white because there isn't as much for the eye to enjoy.
Huh.
End quote.
That's interesting. He's actually very famous for his black and white art,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's not, I hadn't thought of it that way. I don't read a lot of manga. That's, that's stuff that the boys are into.
Yeah,
but
our dudes read it.
I don't know. I just, when I was a kid, it was like superheroes, right? And I didn't, manga wasn't even on my radar until Akira
Oh,
came out. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of amazing.
yeah.
But then, it wasn't until fairly, well, not recently, but it wasn't when I was into buying comics and, that kind of thing. Manga wasn't readily available here in the United States. You had to go out of your way to find it and stuff. So it just wasn't exposed to it in the way that it's available now.
Yeah.
A lot of it looks really cool though, and I'd like to read it, but maybe I'll borrow some from the boys. They've got a lot.
Yeah. I mean, they've borrowed yours, so it's only fair.
That's true.
All right. Episode 6 of Invincible.
Oh yeah, we're back with Invincible. We had to break episode
We talked too much.
5 and 6 up because they just were, we talked way too much at the beginning of the last episode. So we're in much better shape this time. So let's go.
All right.
Episode 6 of the television show Invincible
On Amazon Prime.
on Amazon Prime. All right, right into it.
All right. So the episode opens with a scummy college kid. He's trying to hit on 3 girls, and they're like, ew, gross.
A scummy college kid?
Yeah, he gets kidnapped and
Oh, that's
put
right,
in
yeah.
it like a
Sorry.
strapped down into a chair. So maybe he's going to get experimented on. We don't know.
I just really quickly, I want to interject. I'm going to have a little bit of trouble with this episode because it's been almost a week and a half since we watched these episodes. And so scummy college, I was like, what? Oh,
Yeah.
And then when you said the kidnap thing, I was like, oh yeah, that thing. Okay.
All right. And then it switches to Robot steps in to do what it can do to help Monster Girl. He's very attached to her somehow. Maybe not in a creepy way, but I took it kind of a creepy way.
Well, I mean, anytime that anybody's showing interest in
A young looking girl.
young looking
guess
girl,
she's in her
that feels
20s.
creepy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's, in her 20s, but she physically is not.
Yeah.
Right?
So when we last saw these, Monster Girl is hurt by Battle Beast. Black Samson is hurt by Battle Beast.
We should say that, right? Like in the last episode.
Yeah, I was calling him White Tiger.
And I was calling him Battle Lion.
But, you were closer than I was way off.
Yeah.
His real name is Thok,
Yeah.
I guess, with 2 Ks. But he goes by Battle Beast.
Right.
But they never say, and we don't know this, but spoilers.
Yeah.
All right. So Black Samson then gives off an energy pulse. And everyone's like, whoa, what's happening? And Mark is getting surgery and his parents show up and he ends up making it through the surgery, but he's pretty banged up by Battle Beast.
He is invincible.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's going to heal pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then Nolan, Mr. Omni-Man, and Cecil talk. And Nolan says that Demon Dark Blood, was the one who killed the Guardians. Like he's still trying to throw Cecil off.
Yeah,
but we know that Cecil suspects him.
Yep. At this point, we do, right?
Yeah. Yep. Amber, it goes to Amber, who's Mark's girlfriend, is told that Mark got hit by a bus. And so he couldn't make it to the soup kitchen to help with help volunteer to feed the people at the community center, which she's really passionate about.
Right.
And so she gives him yet another chance.
She gave him a lot of chances, so she must like him.
Yeah. And so Mark wants to go tour a college campus with her and his friend William. And William William has a friend that goes to that college named Rick.
Rick?
Yeah. And then it goes to Eve, and she wants to skip college and actually do some good in the world. And so she's kind of like at odds with her parents.
Yeah, she doesn't have a great relationship with them, but they know she has powers, and they're just kind of shitty about the whole thing.
Yeah, it kind of reveals that he's like, you got to stop with all this superhero shit.
Yeah.
And so she moves out. She's just like, see you later. And she grabs her.
She's all, peace. I'm Doug. I'm out of here.
Yeah, she grabs her bags and she flies away.
Yep.
Which would have been really great and nice to have in 1998.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a cool, just
1996
ability? Her ability is really cool.
Yeah, I like it. out of all the characters, I like hers the best. I identify with her, and I identify with Deborah, Mark's mom.
Yeah. Adam Eve was a favorite character of mine in the comic just right from the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different the way they introduce her in the comics, so it's not a big deal, but it makes you like her like right away.
Yeah.
Not, it takes a little bit longer in the TV show, but still cool character.
Mm-hmm. So then it shows Deborah saying that she wants to go pick up some dry cleaning, but she's being short with Nolan.
Right.
And he gets kind of suspicious, and he checks where he's hidden his costume, and it's just a bunch of towels. So he's on to her.
Right. Because she took his costume.
Yeah, she looks like she took his costume. And when she says dry cleaners, he kind of knows where she's headed.
Yeah.
So Mark, Amber, and William, and William's crush, Rick, are auditing a class at the college, and a guy named Sinclair stands up, and he acts like an ass. And then it goes to Eve again, and we also know her real name is Samantha, but she goes by Adam Eve.
Right.
And she makes herself the coolest treehouse.
Yeah, it's so cool, right?
And she's just like, F all you dudes. And she makes herself this really cool treehouse and hangs out up there. And she's like doing cool stuff like growing vineyards and putting out forest fires and stuff. Super cool. I love it.
She's doing real cool super stuff, but also just kind of freedom. Yeah. Freedom for herself.
She's detoxing from all the garbage.
Toxicity in her life. Yeah.
So Mark is having fun. He's actually having fun doing normal young people things. Yeah. Which is, it's kind of sad in a way, because it's all going to come to a point very soon.
Well, that's the whole interesting twist. And I think I said this before about Mark, is that, not unlike Spider-Man, he's going through two metamorphoses in his life, right? Mm-hmm. Of being a teenager, puberty, all that comes with that lizard brain behavior as a young person. Mm-hmm. And then also now he's got powers, right? Yeah. And so he's got two forms of responsibility tugging at each other, and he wants to hang out with Amber and do kid stuff, but then he also has this responsibility of saving the world, right? Which is
and to
very
his
similar.
dad by being half alien.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't be fun.
No, it's not fun, I don't think.
Yeah. So then there's this huge explosion on campus, and a Cyclops robot dude, half Cyclopsy robot.
He looks kind of like RoboCop with one eye.
Yeah, he comes just clawing his way out of a building. Yeah. And starts wrecking shit. So Mark is trying to help people but not fight the baddie, but he turns into Invincible to save William. Right. And William recognizes that it's Mark.
Yeah, while he's fighting the robot thing.
So the thing is pretty unbeatable, and it's the college dude, it's the gross college dude that was hitting on those girls from the beginning, and he throws himself on the sundial, impaling himself on it. So he kind of just gets this moment of clarity, and he's like, ugh. Yeah. Offs himself.
Yeah, he kills himself because he realizes that he's like some kind of gross monster now. Yeah. Yeah.
And then Amber again thinks Mark just took off.
Yeah, because Amber's there too, right?
Yeah, Amber's there too. He thinks that Mark just took off instead of helping the people. Yeah, that's weird. So now she's super pissed at him.
Oh, she's majorly mad. Pissed. Yeah, she's majorly pissed.
So then it shows us that Sinclair, that asshat that stood up in the audited class, he was in charge of the Cyclops robo dude.
Goddamn asshat.
Yeah. And so then we see like a tender kind of thing with Robot caring for Monster Girl the whole time that she's recovering. And so Robot sends a drone to go find a flower extract to help her. And the drone dude looks just like him, looks just like the robot.
Like Robot, yeah.
And people think it's him, but it's not really him. And it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not weird because, he's a robot. It's not like...
Right.
Yeah. Right. It's not like he's a human being and he has a clone or something.
Mm-hmm. So then we find out that Deborah took Nolan's costume to the tailor's shop. Yep. And the tailor is the guy that made the super suit in the first place.
Where's my super suit?
Mm-hmm. Why do you need to know? Tell me what my super suit is, woman.
Incredibles is so good.
There is definite transfer on Nolan's super suit,
Mm-hmm.
right? There is evidence. And so he has her, or she has him, do some analysis and find out.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's evidence transfer from the original Guardians on his super suit.
Oh man.
Yeah. So she wants him not to say anything to anyone. But as usual, Nolan is creeping in the shadows, flying above,
Yeah, it's horrible.
probably, knowing what's going on. So back to Eve, she's spending her time helping the forest and grape farmers and all that. She's living her best life. Back to Robot.
You just said living her best life.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Robot talks to the big blue dudes, who we know as the Mahler twins,
Yeah.
which I remembered this time, thankfully, and has hired them to finish something. We don't
Right.
know exactly what yet, but it's you guys need to hurry up and finish,
Right.
which is super suspicious.
And yeah.
So William starts gushing and has all the questions for Mark about how the heck he turned invincible and all this stuff. While Mark is just worried about Amber.
Yeah.
And Amber's like, screw you guys, I'm going to go take a shower. And she runs into some other dude in the hallway, and he invites her to a party. So then William's on the phone with his crush Rick, but he's cut off in a strange way, and so he's worried about him. So he wants Mark to go see what happened, but Mark's too worried about, making up with Amber. So he kind of just blows off his friend and a possible rescue.
Makes sense.
Then back to the home base or whatever. Black Samson is better, but Monster Girl is still in a bad way. She's still recovering.
Yeah.
She's not doing it's not looking good. And then we're back with Amber, and she meets this guy Kyle in the hallway, and he invites her to go to a party, and Mark goes after her, being super jelly about the whole thing.
Makes sense.
Then he gets a call from William, or he goes after Rick and finds this underground laboratory.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then
Laboratories. Here's the thing. Laboratories underground? Never good, right?
Not
If
good.
you're hiding your laboratory, you're not doing good things in there.
no. So William goes looking for Rick also and finds trouble as usual.
Right. Yeah, William gets himself into some pickles, man.
And then Sinclair is there, and he turned Rick into one of those cyborg robot,
Cyclops robots.
robot
Jesus.
thingies. But Rick's fighting it. He's trying to fight back, and Mark's getting his ass kicked again.
Yeah.
But Rick is trying to fight the whole process of it.
Right.
But then Mark stops Sinclair and breaks the dude's jaw in a weird,
Did you
messed
forget
up
the
way.
part where Rick rips the circuit out of his neck or something, and Sinclair yells, "You're gonna ruin yourself."
Oh yeah, I did forget that part. That's what he was fighting it. Yeah,
Right.
In the end, that's what he did.
Yeah, and then Mark just rocks him.
Yeah.
Rocks him so hard. Yeah.
And then he calls Cecil. So then Cecil is trying to clean up the whole situation. He's like, we'll try to help Rick as much as we can.
Yeah.
But these other guys, I don't think, they've been gone. They've been under too long or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So Nolan then knows that Deborah went to see the tailor. So then he pops in with the tailor, and they're drinking, and he's acting super cagey about the whole thing, just trying to buddy up and see if the tailor will tell him stuff.
Right.
So then Deborah confronts Nolan about the killing of the Guardians, and then the credits. So we don't get a super reaction, but after credit scene is there's grave robbers digging up the immortal and runs into the Mahler twins.
Ooh.
So the Mahler twins are after Immortal's body too.
Oh, interesting.
Dun dun dun.
Dun,
The
dun,
end.
dun. The end.
Yeah. So
So-
what?
So, what did you think about episode 6?
All right. So
A lot of it, I feel, is setting up for a big finale.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tension and anticipation, and oh my gosh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because Deborah, you've been feeling it for a little while that Deborah's she's super upset because she wanted her life to go in one way and it's going in a different way, and that scares her. And she knows that he could probably just hurt her or take her out very, very easily. And that's
Yeah.
probably a scary thing. But she's just kind of fed up because now she knows that Mark's a super, and she knows that if Nolan's a bad guy, he's going to be trying to corrupt him.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want that for her son. She's been kind of fighting about wanting Mark to like follow his own path, his own conscience, and she knows that that Nolan's going to be crazy about him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does seem like they're, you know.
It's super sad though at the same time.
Yeah.
Because Mark just wants to be a young guy.
Yeah.
He just wants to be a young man and do fun, cool stuff and hang
with
out.
his girlfriend.
Yeah. And have a lady friend and have a normal life. Like when he did have a normal life, he just wanted to be cool.
Yeah.
And now that he is cool, quote unquote, now he just wants a normal life. It's like that thing where if you
Grass is
ask
greener.
for it, yeah. If you ask for it, be careful what you ask for because you could get it.
We are what we pretend to be, so we must be careful what we pretend to be.
Exactly.
Kurt Vonnegut. I think that the show is really doing a good job of condensing and making new something that I really enjoyed reading through originally, right? And I don't find myself irritated with any of the changes or omissions or any of that stuff. I'm really enjoying it for this new thing that it's become. And also Stephen Young, his performance, his performance is so good.
Yeah.
So good. Everybody's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Sandra Oh is doing a great job. J.K. Simmons is doing a great job. Even Walter Groggins as Cecil is doing a good job. And, Bobby Hill, all grown up, doing a great job, Yeah, I think that it's a great show and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm really appreciative that you decided to watch this show with me and help me recap it so that certain people we know can enjoy it too without having to deal with the visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love you.
I love you too.
The Lou and Me podcast is a Matthias Source production. The song is No Carpets by the New Forevers. Produced and edited by Moose. Hosted by Lou and me.
Thanks for listening.